Welcome everybody to Spirituality Adventures. This is a non-judgmental place to explore spirituality, and we're so glad you're here. This is a viewer and listener supported podcast, so we greatly appreciate your support. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure and like, share, and subscribe to any of the social media content platforms that you're using. And then if you go to our website, spiritualityadventures.com, you can make a one-time donation, or with a monthly subscription, you'll gain access to our bonus content. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. All right, welcome to Spirituality Adventures, everybody. We are on location in Kansas City, Missouri, down at 30th and Truce.
Yeah, 3000 Truce.
Right down in the core, man. And
The core. This is the core.
Definitely. And we're interviewing Clark Rooseveltte, who is a Black entrepreneur, creative, director,
philosopher,
artist,
entrepreneur,
and founder, creator, curator of Clever.
Yep.
CLVR, Clever. Thank you, Clark, for joining us today.
Clap it up.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that y'all here.
I'm glad to be here. This is fun. So, let's get a little bit of your background story. Where were you born? Where did you grow up? Give us a little bit of your background and family history.
Okay, I was born and raised Kansas City, Missouri. Not too far from here, probably about half a mile around the corner.
What high school did you go to?
I went to University Academy and De La Salle.
Okay.
I finished up at De La Salle.
Okay.
Grew up Midtown. I went to elementary school at Bryan Elementary on the other side of the plaza. Went to foreign language. Then I did homeschool for a year, and then my parents put me in University Academy.
Okay.
Grew up in the heart of it, heart of the hood, heart of the ghetto, I guess you could say. I was blessed to have both my parents my whole life. They've been married. I'm 34. They've been married 36 years.
Wow.
They just bought their crib over where I grew up.
You have brothers and sisters?
I got one sister.
Yeah.
But
older or younger?
She younger.
Okay.
One blood sister, but my brother Trent, I met him when we was like 6, and it's been locked in since then.
Okay.
I don't think anybody know me better than him. But I didn't really grow up with family, so with relatives around me. So my family is my friends, people I've grew up with, and made money with, made memories with, went through it with. That's my family. And from that, it makes me family oriented.
Yeah, definitely.
I got a different perspective on family than a lot of people, and so my family is, I'm always getting new family members, and that's joyous. I didn't have grandparents, or I had my grandma, but on my daddy's side, but both my grandfathers was gone before I got here. And then mom's is from Monroe City, Missouri. Pops is from here. Mom's from Monroe City, Missouri, which is about 4 hours away. Mid-southern Missouri.
Okay.
It's closer to Columbia.
Okay.
Or kind of in between Columbia and St. Louis.
Okay.
Little town, so I got a little country in me.
Right.
My mama got a whole lot of country in her, but grew up playing basketball, video games, yo-yoing.
Okay.
Picked yo-yoing back up a little bit ago, but but I was really big into sports.
Okay.
Did Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts was...
Yeah. Man. Was there any faith influence in your family growing up?
Pops is a pastor.
Your dad?
Yep.
Really?
My mom was an evangelist.
Oh my gosh.
So, you know what I'm saying, that's in my blood.
What? Tell me, is your dad still pastoring somewhere?
Yeah, he's pastoring at Berea. It's in Harrisonville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Down south.
Harrisonville?
Harrisonville?
Yeah.
Or is it
Harrisonville.
Missouri?
Yep, Harrisonville, Missouri. Is that south?
I'm thinking it was, but I could be. I don't know. Anyway, that's all right.
I'm trying to think which highway we take out of
Like
here.
71, go 71 south, down.
That's east. That's west. So.
Where did he pastor when you were growing up?
Okay, so he had a church called Total Impact Life Application Center. And it was on 56, or not 56. It was on 47th, and it was on Brush Creek.
Okay.
Where Prospect meets Brush Creek.
Okay.
It was at that corner.
That's cool, man. I've
I've
partnered with a lot of the African American pastors in the core through the years, over the last 20, 25 years. But I didn't meet your dad. He was probably, anyway, but yeah.
Pop's kind of like me. He ain't never really had no coalition. Or
Okay.
like people he kind of like did his own thing. And so when you live in that, a lot of people know you, but a lot of people don't associate with you, or they can't associate with you because you. You know what I'm saying? And it's it's a benefit, and it's I like to say a benefit and a deficit. Whereas like sometimes I need team members, which, you know what I'm saying, because it's who I learn from. It's like what I see in nature, where the cubs just learn from their parents. You know what I'm saying? They can't learn from other parents because other parents is other places. So I learned from him to how to move throughout life. And so he didn't really associate with a lot of people, because one thing associated with a lot of people, you don't know what they're gonna do. And you don't want to dictate you can't tell nobody what to do. You can only control what you do. But I learned that people do stuff behind closed doors, and when it come out, you got to choose. And so I just make sure I understand. I get it from him. He just makes sure that he understand people before he associate himself. And like me, you see it on them quick. Like, man, I didn't know you was like that. And can't do it. But he was here and there, non-denominational too.
Okay.
That could be a thing, but
that was a positive influence in your life. His work with the church,
for sure,
pastoring and all that. Okay.
Because Pops, when he did associate with people, they mistreated him, and that taught me a lot about life. Because a lot of us think, because it's the church and what the church represents and the idea of the church and what the church is supposed to be, we think that that's the holy grail of places to be.
Yeah.
But it ain't, because of the people. It really showed me how corrupt people can be, how controlling they can be, how manipulative they can be. And I know it sounds like it don't sound like a positive thing, but it's positive because it's helped me navigate, like, just seeing it on people. Yeah. Because the church people hide it really well. And so after you see it so much, you like, dang, what? You doing the same thing they was doing? And it translates to the world.
Right. Yeah, no, I understand. You get I totally get it.
You're like, what?
Yeah.
You said y'all ain't here doing...
I pastored for a lot of years and still do that. And I've seen it all. And then I've gone through my own failures too, you know. Yep. So, yeah. That's the key part of life, the failures. The wins is like rewards. Right. Like, here go your... Yeah. That crap you was just going through, here go some good times. That's right. Well, cool. So, out of school, what path did you take right out of school? I was supposed to go play football. I had a full ride scholarship to Central Methodist, but where at Central Methodist? Where? Central Methodist is at Fayette, Missouri. Okay. Man, I ain't talked about that for a minute. I didn't. That's like, kind of forgot about that. My dad played basketball. He's 80. My dad's 88. He's still alive.
Oh, he played the first basketball
scholarship at Central Methodist in McPherson, Kansas, I think is the name of the college he played basketball at. But anyway, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he was playing the first basketball.
He was a point guard. Back when they didn't shoot jumpers, they shot set shots from down low. It's in the 50s, you know.
Hold on, everybody move, I got to shoot.
Yeah, I mean, in the 50s, they were shooting like this. You know, he would drive. He was a good driver. But that outside shot, then no three-pointers, and they shot what they called set shots down from here.
And they didn't shoot. They didn't shoot much neither. Yeah, they didn't shoot too far out neither.
Yeah, well, there's no three-point shot, so you know it's like, why you want to shoot 30 feet out if
unless
you don't get credit?
Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete was the first one to just be like, you know what, y'all ain't guard me out here.
Yeah, I'll shoot it. That's right. That's right. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, so you didn't take the scholarship though.
Didn't take the scholarship. Pops got sick. I decided to stay. Man, ended up getting fired from Denny's. I was working at Denny's from 16 to 19. And man, my girl broke up with me. Just hard times really hit me. And I've always been in the streetwear, shoes.
Yeah.
But we could never afford it.
Okay.
So man, my pops was just like, well, why don't you make it yourself?
Oh wow.
Well, that's how he always kind of taught us to man, if you can't afford it, or you know what I'm saying, you got to make do with what you got. And so
that's not a bad philosophy, man.
Yeah, it ain't.
That's good.
I just told it to somebody yesterday. We was having some problems, and I was like, well, won't you do it yourself?
Yeah.
I was like, it's not what I was thinking to do. I was like, oh, well then you ain't gonna get it done until you can afford to get it done. But yeah, Pops was just like, why don't you just do it yourself? Why don't you just make some of your own? And so I thought about it, was like, all right. And then I was like, all right, well, I gotta wait to save the money and get the program. And then I lost my job. My boss was just like, well, we got Microsoft Paint if you need to make designs. And so it's this really my pops that done got me on this path and just pushing me.
That's interesting.
Mama got me out the house. Pops got me doing what I want to do.
Well, that's good. That's good, man. What were your so you love sports? What were your musical influences then? Like when you in that early creative days?
My pops, my very first memory is at the apartment over on off 27, because we was living there, and then we moved over here to 33rd and Wayne, where the crib is now. And one of my very first memories is my pops has always had a studio. Always had an at-home studio.
Like music?
Yeah.
Wow.
He a gospel rapper.
Okay.
I'm a second generation hip-hop artist.
Like black gospel, hip-hop,
yep. Rap. He one of the pioneers of it here in Kansas City, of gospel rap.
Really?
My mama and them showed me a video of my pops performing, and my mama hold me in her hands.
Serious?
Yep. And after my pops performed, the pastor, this how old it is. Pops got up there. After.
So he was doing like black gospel rap
at church.
At church
in the 90s.
Wow. I love it. I got to meet your dad, man.
Oh, you got to meet, you got to meet, You want to go sit at the house, you take all this, go to the crib.
That's amazing.
And talk to him, he
so
got,
funny.
Pops most definitely good. Mama do too, but Pops, I'm most definitely the offspring of my pops. Huh. I ask all his friends, they like, yeah, that's your boy.
That's awesome.
In that same video, Pastor got up there and kind of like condemned him, because it wasn't, when rap first came out, it was devil music, like kind of like rock and roll.
I know.
When rock first came out, what y'all doing in here doing that devil music?
Right.
Same thing with rap.
Yep.
And Pastor got up there and kind of just like undercut everything my pops just did.
Oh wow.
On the video.
Well, always got naysayers out there.
Always.
But,
Jesus had them.
But yeah, that's right.
Why should I
That's
not?
right. Oh, that's cool. I love that. So tell us how you got, give us a lead into how you got going with Clever. How long ago did you establish it? What, 2 years now?
Nah, we've been going The idea first came up 2009.
Okay.
That's the first time I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. But I didn't print any shirts, or I didn't get any shirts printed till 2012.
Okay. Quite a bit longer than okay.
Yeah. And man, been rocking since then. We
give me your thought behind Clever. What was the original vision?
So the original vision was to be everywhere, clothes-wise. I was really just, let me take that back. The original vision was for me to wear it. I just needed some fly clothes, or some clothes I thought was hidden, to look like what I already like, so that I could fit in. Cause everybody else had the shoes, the clothes, so I just wanted it to fit in, just like everybody else. You don't want to be the poor kid. You don't want to be the kid with one pair of shoes, or with the shoes with the hole in it. Just vanity, flesh. And so from that, I would just show my friends. They be like, I like that. When you gonna sell that? And I'm like, sell? I said, I didn't think about selling it. I was just thinking about wearing it myself. And that's kind of where it bloomed. Cause first year I just wanted something that was different, but still fit in with what was going on, and it just be more aesthetically pleasing than everything else. And I think that's where it is. But what it's grown to be is about individuality, which I guess that's what it was already about. It's about spreading that individuality. Sheesh. This is what I'm talking about when I say I'm learning about myself from myself. It's just talking like that. But yeah, it started as me wanting to be an individual that fit in with everybody, to now everybody fitting into this universe that I'm trying to create. Like Stephen King, that's what I was trying to say earlier. This Clever World is like Stephen King's first book. You know what I'm saying? It's Stephen King got his own universe, kind of like George Lucas do.
Yeah,
like, that's where I want to be. That's why I say directors are the ultimate creators, because they the ultimate storytellers.
Yeah,
they the ones. They can bring a producer in. They'll bring in the actors. They'll bring in the cameras. They'll go pick the scene, and through their vision, you get these stories. I'm trying to tell a story. I'm most definitely trying to tell a story.
Yeah,
the story of Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's the.
So what's Clever World? Tell me. What's the story behind Clever World?
Clever stands for Creative Living versus Retrospect.
Say it again.
Creative Living versus Retrospect.
Okay.
Moving forward versus dwelling on the past.
Yeah. Whew.
You know?
Okay. I do know.
Yeah.
I've messed up big time myself, and I got buried in some past regrets, right?
And
so how do you move out of that past regret, that backward look, into
I don't know.
Future?
I don't know. I still ain't mastered it.
So, but tell me, Clever is giving me an acronym again. Creative living versus retrospect. I like that.
Like kind of like do it your own way. With the I guess it's a couple. I call it tundras. It's like the untundras. It's a couple tundras that you can. It could be the where it's the surface level, where it's like, well, you know what I'm saying, keep living, don't look in the past. But that second layer is live on your on your own trajectory, with knowing what other people done did, but don't let what they did and how they mess up stop you from taking your steps. Because you don't never know how it may work out for you.
Right.
Just because it didn't work out for them, don't mean it ain't gonna work out for you.
Yeah. So give me this clever world. You're trying to create a vision for people living a certain way, not focus on the past, but moving forward. How does that tie into clothing? How does that tie into people? And you even mentioned Jesus. How does that all weave together?
You asking, it's the story.
How? Yeah.
It's the story. This is, the clothes is, the message is on the clothes, which is telling my story.
Okay.
Which is helping tell my story. The clothes is merch to my story.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. The clothes is merch to my story.
That's so cool. So I just picked a couple of your shirts here.
Sure.
And which one of these was your first release? Which one came earlier?
Growth season. These
came together?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, no, they didn't come together. So Growth Season was what we opened the shop with last year.
Okay.
It's a dedication, that the design and the whole thing is a dedication to my best friend that passed away.
So you release a series of a concept series out, like Growth. This one was based on your friend.
Yeah.
Growth. Let me get this way. How's that?
Let's see.
And this is Growth Season, right? This was based on your best friend or one of your close friends passing?
So what was happening, my best friend, I found out, he was my business partner too. And I found out what his favorite color was. He would never tell me, but one day he slipped up and I brought him a hat. And he was like, yeah, man. He had never liked hats, but he seen this hat, like, yeah, it's my favorite color. And I said, got him. And so right then I started working on, which was green. So I started working on a collection. In the middle of that, he passed away before I got to tell him. But I did get to hand him some samples I had made. Last time I saw him was on his birthday, and I gave it to him for his birthday.
Huh.
I'm extremely thankful to have had that. That's made all of this a lot easier. And so he passed away. I didn't have the design ready or anything. I just had an idea of Growth Season because it was the first time I realized that I was growing, because we constantly growing, but it was at a time in my life where I realized, like, yo, everything that was happening or everything that's happening now was not happening post-COVID. Passed from COVID. Post-COVID, I have a car. I didn't smoke. I didn't really understand self-care. I didn't understand taking care of somebody. I didn't understand my half of relationships and stuff like that. And so I was in my growth season, and when he told me his favorite color was green, I was like, duh. And so I'm cooking, and he caught COVID and passed. And so all of this,
Are these your words?
yeah, all of it's my words.
I'm going to read it. Growth is determined through both your experiences and your education. So be driven to constantly take leaps with an open mind. Sometimes you take, quote, L's, leaps, right?
So now sometimes you take L's, life even starts with one.
Life even starts with one, okay. Oftentimes growth is realizing you need help and asking for it. We're all a product of our environment. We can outgrow it, but we cannot grow without it.
Hey.
From the dirt or through the concrete, one must continue to grow. This is your growth season.
Yep. That's talking to me now, man. I'm going through it right now. I ain't read it for a minute. It's just, I made it, and it's kind of just been a shirt. But
growth from the dirt through the concrete made me think of, concrete, the rose from the concrete, kind of the idea.
That's exactly what it is. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So the plant, the day we had to bury him, it was December 1st. And you know how cold it is here. My bro, it came over to get me out of bed, cause I don't know, I probably wouldn't have. And he just like, let's go. But we had to unload my car, cause we had all the clothes in the car, so we had to unload the car. And I had been going through it for 2 weeks, cause he was basically dying. And so I've been seeing this plant at the front door of my apartment. This healthy December 1st. And every time I see it, I be like, man, what is this plant doing here at this time of year? Mm-hmm. But as I was leaving that day, my dog, yes sir. As I was leaving, or as we was packing up that day, I said, I gotta get a picture of this. I said, I'm at my lowest point. I gotta go bury my boy. I gotta talk about it in front of these people. I need something to remember this. To where I need something to remember this point in my life, cause it ain't got no worse than this. Yeah. And so I took a picture, and then I finally, April came around and got the opportunity to have this, and was like, I gotta do it. And I made the design, Grow Season. The collection was already gonna be called Grow Season, so it was kind of like I picked it back up and wrote the monologue. Sometimes you take L's. Life Even Starts with One is my homie's. It's his favorite chorus to one of my songs, and yeah, it's.
So, I'm gonna ask you about a couple of these things. So you got the globe on here.
Yeah.
Focused on
Africa.
Yeah. Give me your thoughts there.
So, other brands, when they do the world, it's always America in front. And then when I see other brands do Africa, it's kind of like Afrocentric. And I'm black, but I don't want my clothes to be Afrocentric, because I don't like the aesthetic of it. It's nothing wrong with the aesthetic, it's just not the aesthetic I want to carry. But Clever World, the world, you know what I'm saying, world is the other half of the title. And so when I got in my mind I was going to use a globe, I said it got to be Africa. And so it's, and it don't look Afrocentric. Yeah, right. It looks it don't look forced. It look like it's just part of a puzzle. Okay. And so I also notice you don't use vowels. Nah. So you know what's interesting is the Hebrew Bible has no vowels. It's only consonants. And Hebrew goes from right to left instead of left to right, but no vowels. The Hebrew Bible has no vowels. So when I saw your no vowels, and whether it's Clever World, all your stuff, I thought, that's interesting. I didn't even know that. What was your thought? What was your thought behind it? I'm anointed. I'm anointed. Like straight up. Like, oh God, it hit me yesterday. I pulled up I went for a walk, got some bad news, and was coming back to the crib and decided to stop by my homegirl house. And right when I got there, it was like, oh, Clark's here. Clark brings a calm and soothing feeling to things. They was in the middle of a conflict. It was like, yeah, Clark coming, and I'm just like, hey, y'all, I'm kind of going through it myself. I just had a car wreck, and I gave him simple advice and calmed the whole house down. And I was like, I'm anointed. And that's where the story of Jesus come in. I feel like Jesus Christ was the first of many influencers. Because that's if you break it down to today's terms, that's what Jesus Christ was. Yeah. The ultimate influencer. Pulled up, or you know what I'm saying, he disappeared from 13 to 34, where he was kind of like, Ain't got too much documentation of him. I think them was his party days. We all gotta get it out. It's human nature. What they call it, flesh. So they was like, yeah, we gonna cut this part out about Jesus. we gonna lose this part about Jesus.
Oh, that's funny.
And so
that's the first time I've heard that take on it. Jesus had to sow his wild oats there for a while. Then he comes back. All right, that's hilarious.
He did the LeBron. You know how I don't know if you're in the basketball this deep, but LeBron James, he held a camp and for high schoolers, and when high schoolers dunked on them, they got everybody camera. So they took everybody's phone, deleted everything, and so that's probably what happened with Jesus at the brothels.
That's hilarious.
Everybody put your I guess they wasn't tablets in, they was tombstone. Put your tombstones in. Yeah, put them chisels down, man. Don't tell this part.
That's hilarious. Wow.
But yeah, so I that's where the Jesus part come in. My life kind of parallels the story a little bit. Jesus lost his best friend, Lazarus. Same fashion, where Jesus was off. He was off away, and they sent to him like, "Hey, your homie, he about to go."
Yeah.
He like, "Yeah, okay, all right." And I mean, same way for me. I was in Colombia. I mean, I knew he was passing, but I had to keep making money, and I had to get my mind off of it. So I decided to. Man, homie was like, "Man, we going to St. Louis. We need you to print some shirts live for some people. Leave with us." He knew I was going through. He one of my best friends. He was like, "Man, get out the city." And so I go with him on our way back, or we just got back, and my homegirl, his baby mama, my best friend, called me and was like, "Yeah, he just get to the hospital." And COVID, you know, they wasn't letting people in to come see him post that. And so, man, but by the time I got there, on the way there, I stopped at the crib because I kind of knew to print up 3 hoodies. All the same ones, all ones I'm never gonna drop, but his has something special about it, and so I printed one up for me, his girl, his mama, and for him. And by the time I got there, he was already gone.
Wow.
But and I had never met his mama. But you know what I'm saying, I got the news. I'm in the parking lot. I don't know, it's an ugly scene.
Yeah.
I could direct that scene real easy. Like, I see it, when I think about it, I see it like I'm right there. And so, but his mama, them had like pulled around from the other side of the hospital, and his sister was like, cause I was a mess. And so she just like, "Man, who that over there?" And it was like, "Yeah, that's his best friend." And so I met his mama that night and handed her the hoodie. And so that was, but that's the parallel. The two women, cause the Lazarus' sister and his 2 sisters?
Yeah, Mary and Martha. And
yeah. So the parallel is his girlfriend and his baby. He had just had his baby that 6 months before. And so that, amongst several other things, it's like, I'm sent here for that. I'm sent here to endure. I'm sent here to inspire. I'm sent here to motivate, and man, be here for after this gonna pass, but I'm gonna be here for a while. You know what I'm saying? This, like I said, my universe, my stories, all of that gonna stay here for a while.
That's good stuff. Well, thanks, folks, for tuning in. We're going to continue here in just a few more minutes, but I want to thank those of you who are listening. Thank you to our regular supporters. If you haven't jumped on our support team with Spirituality Adventures, you can go to the website, spiritualityadventures.com.
Come on.
And we've got Clark Rooseveltte today, I want to just, I hope some of his friends are tuning in, listening, and you share this interview, and we're excited about what's going on. I really love the statement on this shirt, creators and believers.
So this one right here is our newer ones. So we got the.
Is this the newest?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I dropped two. One called Creators. The collection called Creators and Believers. One shirt, thank you for creating. One say thank you for believing. And it's me getting my dedication to my people before they pass. And that colorway right there, which is funny, is dedicated to my pops.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his favorite color T-shirts is tan T-shirts.
Okay. There we go. Thank you for creating.
Thank you for creating.
And then the statement here, thank you for the leap. Battling your anxieties and insecurities.
Come on.
The vulnerability.
Come on.
The falling, the getting back up.
Yep.
The daydreaming.
Yep.
The dream chasing.
Come on.
Risking it for the biscuit.
Gotta risk it for the biscuit.
That's why I thought you've done a little rap in there. You're rhyming.
Oh, yeah, I'm a rapper.
And for being you in a world of them. You know that I need this one. That could be me and my story.
Yeah.
Right now, actually.
What you mean?
Oh my gosh. I've went through a huge meltdown 4.5 years ago, rooted in my my lifelong battle with anxiety disorder. And even as a pastor, I pastored this huge church, but I had insomnia because of my anxiety. And I got addicted to Xanax and alcohol. And that led me to a lot of bad decisions. This is about just a 3-year period of my life, but it melted my whole world down. And then I ended up going to rehab, and then now I'm coming out of that whole experience and trying to rebuild and move forward and kind of do what your whole clothing line is about. Like, that's literally what I'm trying to do right now, is create, live versus creative living versus
live creatively instead of
that's in this statement right here. You know, it's interesting, like when you blow it and fail, it's hard to get back up and take the leap of faith again, right? You know, yeah. So it's been hard, but I'm doing it. I'm taking little leaps, but they add up.
They do. And if you calling them little leaps, but imagine the ant that you stepping over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To them, it's a huge leap.
But yeah, that's when I read that, and I've had to be super vulnerable, you know, versus realizing that if I share my faults and flaws and weaknesses, that's not weakness. That's actually courage and strength. Vulnerability is courage and strength, not weakness.
Yep. Because after you done being vulnerable, you feel a level up. You feel a level up. Like,
you own it.
That was gonna be hard, but
yeah,
look where I'm on the other side. I know how to do something new. That's so yeah. That vulnerability, that's key to you can't grow. You can't grow unless you.
You know, for us guys though, we tend to think vulnerability is weakness, and we don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to be weak. We don't want to look, you know, whatever.
We feel so we taught to protect. And so we look at a vulnerability as a kink in the armor. Right. But because of the terminology, like when you building a house, you know what I'm saying, you wanna plan where the soft spot's gonna be, the entrance and the exit. And you know that the entrance and exit is a way for you to get out if there's a fire, but then you also know that there's a vulnerability for people to get in. And so we think, man, vulnerability, it's leaving me open for destruction. But at the same time, like I said about the doors being open for you to get out, you gotta let things go. You gotta let things out, and you gotta have a pathway for them to get out, so that you can go get you some fresh air. Cause you can't stay in the house. You can't stay in the house. You just can't. We learned that with COVID. We can't stay in the house, or we're gonna go crazy. But we a lot of us. Yeah, it's holding us back.
That's good stuff. Yeah, so tell me about your interns here. You've been running Clever World now since 2012, but it's
something like that.
It's grown and emerged, and How do people get your product? How do they go online?
Shop.
What do they do?
Shop right now. It's the shop here shortly.
You literally come here to the physical location to pick up your merch.
Yep. Right now, that's where we at. We'll drop. We'll be working on the website now, but even then with the website, it's gonna be some limits on there.
Okay.
It'll be spurts. Maybe got 12 hours to order, and we're gonna take it down or something like that.
Okay.
Because like I said, I'm interaction. Interaction is what drives submission. I mean, not submission, subscribing. Mm-hmm. That's what drives subscribing. That's what keeps people subscribed, is when they interacting repeatedly, something new, an action, versus just, oh yeah, I like this shirt, I got the shirt, I put the shirt on, but dang, I gotta go get the shirt. Mm-hmm. We're gonna be doing things that with virtual reality and the metaverse, you know what I'm saying? Where, of course, stuff like you can wear the clothes or put it on your avatar, but you can come to the shop on PlayStation.
Right.
You can come to the shop on Facebook.
We're down at 30th and Troost, and
the website cleverworld.com.
Okay. CLVR.
CLVR.
No vowels.
No vowels, but world got a vowel. WORLD.
Okay. All right.
I guess it don't.
Some of them don't, though. Yeah.
It don't.
Right.
But if you type that in, it'll come up.
Okay.
You know how Google works.
So you can go to the website. We're down here at 30th and Troost. We're right next to Ruby Jeans, so you can come get you a smoothie. Get a smoothie, and then check out you a cap, T-shirt,
we
hoodie.
We didn't get into how I got the shop.
Well, tell me.
So, it's all been a bounce. It's all been a bounce back from losing my best friend. I was here. I took a month off from creating, and I had never in my life done that. I was all in my mind, the idea, or drawing, or doodling, or fidgeting. But after bro passed, I just stopped and just at the crib. And it hit me like, hey, bro, you gotta get out the house. My friends, my family, hey, nope, you can't. We ain't gonna let you do that. Because I didn't only lose him, but his baby mama was also one of my best friends too. And we couldn't be around each other because of, how we gonna be together without him? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I started coming here because I don't live far from here, and this is a black-owned business that look good. I'm all about aesthetics. That's why I want to be a director, because I want it to look good.
Right.
And this place looked good. Yeah. So I was coming here every day.
It's a cool spot. It's really, really well done, put together, sharp. Yeah.
And I like to say that, I know I did. When I put this back here, it added to it. This didn't look this good until after.
Awesome.
This was looking good. You know what I'm saying? They came
in. Got some gardens going here.
Yep. The steps. And so Chris, the owner, he had been a fan for a while of my music, my movement. I used to weigh 450 pounds.
Wow.
And I lost 200 pounds. So that's part of my story.
Wow. How in the world did you do that?
I'm anointed. That's because I had diabetes. I beat diabetes.
Wow. What did you go on? What?
I just stopped.
You just kind of started starving yourself?
The donuts, it was a time where I smacked the whole 12 donuts. It may take me like a day. I wouldn't do it in one sitting, but it may take me like a day to do it. But I just cut it out. My pops had diabetes and beat diabetes.
Wow.
Then my mama got diabetes, and my pops coached my mama in beating diabetes while she was on dialysis.
Wow.
With her kidneys failing. And so when we found out that I had it, I've had it. Looking back after knowing what diabetes is now, I've had it for a while. I've at least been borderline. But when I found out, stomach tight, I ended up stress. Stress is a really big contributor to diabetes. It's not just food. Food is big, but if you stressed out all the time, your body's like this. And your body, diabetes is your body saying, I'm tired of being like this. You know what I'm saying? Either something gotta go. Either the food gotta go, or this right here gonna turn into this. And so, doctor told, man, my mama kidney failure because of the diabetes medicine. So when I go, I'm scared out of my mind. Pop's been talking to me about diabetes, but I'm like, I ain't gonna get diabetes. I'm gonna be all right. I'm 20 something or whatever, but I'm 40 something pounds at the same time. And so I get there, they say, yo, A1C 12.9, and then my blood sugar was so high that when I did the finger prick, my little machine said error. So I got to the hospital, they told me, first thing, doctor didn't even touch me. The nurse came in, I told the nurse, I'm down, at that point I was down 150 pounds already. And the nurse like, dang. And so she happy, the doctor came in, didn't care nothing about 150 pounds down, none of that, was like metformin. And I'm like, no way. That's the same thing that made my mama kidney fail. I take the information they give me and I go to my pops. He say, well, I've been talking to you about this since, cause he did it in the early 90s or early 2000s. He was like, man, you got the playbook, you got the coach. And together, we beat diabetes again.
Wow.
I'm down 200 pounds.
That's wild.
My A1C down to 6.1.
Wow.
My blood sugar down to 125.
Man.
No medicine. This, for sure.
So following your dream, eating, exercising, doing stuff like that.
Man, taking care of
eating
myself.
Eating healthy, yeah.
Taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Eating healthy, part of taking care of yourself, but man, get rid of that stress. A lot of stress I need, and for real, I got this thing I got called a praise break.
Yeah.
And I have a praise.
Yeah.
It's funny, but like, man, I have a praise break, and
it's like a time to use music to be grateful and to
rejoice. Like just how it's the same as when they have them in church. They say, man, we're gonna have a praise break up in here. Like, I'll have me one. I'll have me one. I'll record it. That's where a lot of my content come from. That's where my style of content, the style that I shoot, like how I put the phone down, that came from, I feel like dancing. I'm listening to this music. Let me put my phone down and record this moment.
Okay.
And so, so Chris been doing the health, he's been a fan of, especially my transition from 450 to 250. And man, he came, I was leaving one day, he was outside having an interview like this, up there, and he was like, man, come back Saturday, we're gonna have a pop-up. You, Warren Styles Harvey, and it's a coffee, so Warren Styles Harvey is he an artist, he's Shakespeare. Most definitely Shakespeare in this prom. I done told him like, hey bro, you Shakespeare. If I'm me, if I'm Aristotle, you gotta be Shakespeare. That's how nice he got his own universe.
Yeah.
And so man, he told me come back for that. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to be with Warren. I'll sit next to Warren easy. We made a bunch of money that day, and then he saw me that Tuesday. And I was in there again, I was using here to get out the house, cause sheesh, dark, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so he just saw me, he said, man, every time I come, you here, same place, same spot. I'm like, yeah. He said, what you going, what's up, what's next? I tell him what I had planned, cause I had started to plan growth season. I got back on it and was like, I'm dropping this collection. If I don't drop anything else for the rest of my life, I'm dropping this forest green collection for the world.
Right.
And told him, and
it's cool. I like the idea, because people drop albums, people drop this or that. I love the fact that you drop a creative design and push it out there. It's got positive messages.
Proverbs.
Exactly. And then, and it tells your story, your world, but then how people can connect with that and begin to live out some of these positive proverbs that we got here. That's beautiful, guys. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in to Spirituality Adventures. Thank you, Clark, for doing this interview. I'm so glad to just come down here and visit your site and hang out a little bit. And it's cool to meet some of your interns. Give a shout out to your interns real quick.
Hey, y'all come out here. I ain't been watching them for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Ain't no telling what
we got it.
Man,
they get back here.
Come on back here.
Yeah, we'll get you on camera here just real quick.
We got Jackson.
I like this one.
What
Mental health
doing?
matters.
Come on, y'all.
Got to get Madison in here. Come on, Madison.
We got Madison. Are you supposed to have your apron on?
I don't have mine.
Oh, you ain't got your apron? We got Madison. We got Kurt. What is taking them so long? Y'all putting your makeup on? They putting their makeup on, y'all, man.
Yes, they are. Yes, they definitely put on their makeup.
Yeah.
We got Kurt. Eugene gonna come out.
This is the all-star intern team.
Man, we got a few names, man. The Clever Crew, Camp Clever World, Clark's Kids.
All right.
Children of the Clever.
Can you get these guys over? Do you see them?
Yeah.
What's your names?
Ivan and Eugene.
Okay.
Ivan, he doing design. This our talker. Eugene and Maddie in charge of stock and inventory, and Kirk right here. He in charge of the look. He in charge of making sure that the outside maintained and all that.
Nice.
Yeah, these are
all right. Well, thanks everybody. Clever World. Here we go. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Spirituality Adventures. Take care. Have a great day.
What we say? Ever since I was a misfit,
I had to risk it for the biscuit.
Come on, man.
Gotta risk it for the biscuit.
You gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Right here. This concludes today's episode. Thanks for tuning in and listening. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember to like, share, or subscribe to the social media platform that you're using. And then go to our website, spiritualityadventures.com, and make a one-time donation, or you can subscribe monthly and receive our special bonus content. Thanks so much.